Hi, so in this video I wanted to explain exactly how I would meet the principle of psychology, specifically the principle 11. This states that teachers' expectations about their students affect students' opportunities to learn, their motivation, and their learning outcomes. So I said that to do this the best way in my family consumer science education classes would be, let's take the example of teaching about relationships. So what you really want to get across about relationships is what a good relationship with friends or a significant other may look like versus one that's not. So, how I would explain this would go through my lesson of just showing the pros and cons about relationships, maybe a video of like an example of what a bad relationship is and a good relationship, and then maybe even do an activity, something to engage all the students. But what I'm trying to get across is how I personally would motivate the students to learn by showing that I care about them at the end of the day. So this has always been something that's really important to me, and I think I would do that through, let's just say I described a bad relationship and gave an example of a boy who may beat his girlfriend, for example, although that is a very extreme case, but just so students know that that does happen. And I would tell them the scenario, and I would give them I would give them I would let them know that if they know someone that's happening to, if they've seen that happen to someone, or if it's happened to them, that they can always come to me. And I think this really affects their motivation in a way because they know that ultimately I care about who they are and what's happening to them. And this goes along with how my lesson planning can encourage the classroom environment to know that I am always there for them, whether that's before class, after class, at any time, and that'll continue to build our relationship between student and teacher, and even in the whole classroom setting. So I hope that kind of explains more how I feel about the specific Principle 11 and how I plan to use it in my classroom. Thanks.